Hello YouTube, Arrow Assassin here. Today I'm here to talk to you about Elemental Shaman PvP in Legion. So I'm going to be going over the honor talents, the talents, and the spellbook, and what's changed about Elemental Shamans. So with that, let's get started with first what's changed. You have mana still, but it's not your main way to attack with stuff anymore. It's called Maelstrom. You have up to 100 of it. And Flame Shock and Frost Shock do not require Maelstrom, but if you have Maelstrom when you use it, it increases its damage. It says 0 to 20 Maelstrom, so if you use all 20 Maelstrom, it'll do more damage and also increases the duration. Things that require Maelstrom is Earth Shock and Earthquake. The ways to generate Maelstrom are Lightning Bolt, Chain Lightning, and Lava Burst. The things that require mana are Purge and Healing Surge. Basically, you can't spam it like you can in Warlords. I know a lot of Shamans and other classes use spam the healing, but they don't lose much mana at all. And watch at the top left of your screen how fast the mana goes when you use Healing Surge. That's just from 1. That's from 2. That's 3. So basically, 3 healing surges will that's the max you can do before your mana goes zoom. Purge also takes mana, so there's that. Moving on to the spellbook now. Ascendance is still in the game, but it is a talent. I don't know why they put it in a talent instead of manually keeping it, but that's what they did. Shamtastic Rage is gone and they replaced it with Astral Shift. Basically, it's the same type of thing, just a damage reduction, except this one has a longer cooldown than Shamtastic Rage did. Earth Elemental, still in the game. Earthgrad Totem is a talent I use, so there's that. It also roots them in place. It's really a strong defense for Shamans at the moment. They don't have that much getaway in their toolkits, so... Earthquake Totem causes the earth within to tremble and break, dealing physical damage and sometimes knocking down enemies. It's basically like Earthquake. They just renamed it, I guess. So Fire Elemental Totem is in the game still. Gust of Wind's a talent. I'll go over that shortly. Hex is still in the game. It's only a 30-second cooldown. Everything else is pretty much, like I said, the same. That's pretty much it, guys, for the spellbook. Let's go over the talents next. First up is Path of Flame. Lava Burst deals 10% more damage and causes Flame Shock to spread from the target to a nearby enemy. Earthen Rage. Your damaging spells incite the earth around you to come up to your aid for 6 seconds, repeatedly dealing 11,000 damage to your most recent attacker. Totem Mastery summons 4 totems that increase your combat capabilities for 30 seconds. One generates Maelstrom every 1 second. Other one increases Lightning Bolt to trigger Elemental Overload. Ember Totem increases the Flame Shock damage over time. And Tailwind Totem increases your haste by 2%. This is what I was talking about earlier as Gust of Wind. If you saw my Elemental Shaman video, I jumped up to the second floor of a building to get away from a demon hunter. So it can be used in good situations in PvP. So there's that. I like this talent personally. I'll show you guys it real quick. As you can see, it's just basically a little mini heroic leap type of thing. So there's that. Ancestral Guidance was a talent I believe in further down, but they moved it to the second row. Windrush Totem puts a totem down, grounding all allies past it to give increased movement speed. Lightning Surge Totem gathers electrical energy and surrounding the air explodes after 3 seconds to stun all enemies within 8 yards. Earthgrad Totem is basically a root and also suffer 50% damage. 50% movement speed reduction. Sorry about that. Voodoo Totem summons a totem at the destination that hexes all targets and unable to attack. So it's basically kind of like a mini hex for all the enemies nearby. Elemental Blast, which is the same as live, it's just another spell to deal damage and also increases your stats. Ancestral Swiftness, it's a haste increase and attack speed increase. Echo of the Elements gives Lava Burst 2 charges. Other effects that reset its remaining cooldown will instead grant 1 charge. Elemental Fusion, Flame Shock has a 5% increased chance to trigger Lava Surge. Primal Elementalist is the same as live, just grants you powerful fire elemental. Magnitude, when an enemy with your Flame Shock takes damage from Earthquake, magma will erupt at their feet, dealing damage. Lightning Rod, your damaging spells have a 10% chance to make your target a lightning rod. When your nature spells deal damage, a lightning rod, they will deal 20 additional damage to the target and all enemies within 20 yards. Storm Elemental is kind of, I think it's one of the talents on live as well. It just summons another elemental, kind of like the Earth and Fire one. Aftershock, your shock spells refund 25% of all Maelstrom spent on them. Like I said, Ascendance is not a talent, so there's that. Liquid Magma Totem, same as live, just use a Fire Elemental Totem uses a totem and goes after random enemies nearby that has magma from the totem, basically. Ice Fury is new. Hurls a frigid ice at a target, dealing 40,000 frost damage and causing your next 4 frost shocks to deal 400% increased damage. Also generates Maelstrom. Moving on to the honor talents. Gladiator's Medallion is basically a PvP trinket, it's just a standard one. Adaptation is sort of like a PvP trinket, except it uses it for you, just incurs its cooldown. After somebody, like a kidney shot lasts like 5 to 6 seconds, it would automatically use it for you just because it's over 5 seconds. Relentless, duration of incoming crowd control effects reduced by 25%. Train of Thought, if you're not being attacked, your damage will be increased by 15%. If you are attacked, it goes away. Mind Quickness increases your haste by 6%. Initiation, critical chance increased by 30% on targets at or above 80% health. Sky Fury Totem summons a fire totem that increases the canister's critical strike, damage, and healing by all nearby enemies by 40 yards for 30% for 15 seconds. Counter-Strike Totem. Whenever enemies within 20 yards of the totem deal damage, the totem will deal 100% damage back towards the lowest enemy within the range of the totem. Wind Fury Totem enchants all allies within 10 yards weapon with wind, causing auto attacks that have 40% chance to generate an additional auto attack. Purifying Waters. Whenever you successfully purge a target when you are dispelled, when you are dispelled, you are healed for 5% of your total health. Special Recovery is while you're in ghost form, you are healed 40% of your health every 2 seconds. When you cast Healing Surge on yourself, you are healed again for the same amount 3 seconds later. Fire and Ice. Frost Shock now deals 20% additional damage, and Flame Shock periodic damage generates 3 Maelstrom. Elemental Mastery increases your maximum Maelstrom by 50. Control of the Lava. Your Lava Burst deals 200% additional damage and generates 30 Maelstrom when it deals damage. This spell does replace the proc, so if you use this for the increased damage, it does hit hard, but you can no longer use the procs, basically. So if I get, like for example, if I spam Flame Shock on all those training dummies, the procs won't happen anymore. Next row, casting a 100 Maelstrom Earth Shock will stun the target for 2 seconds. Thunderstorm can now be cast on allies within 40 yards, and its cooldown is reduced by 15 seconds. This one is kind of really strong if you have a partner. You grip the target lightning, stunning them and dealing 247 damage over 6 seconds. It's a 30-second cooldown. So if you are with a partner, your friend, in I guess an arena for an example, and you want him to just, I can't, unfortunately it only is available in PvP right now, but if you use it on, let's just say a hunter, and you have just a random partner, and you want to go on the hunter, you stun him, and you just go all out. Your partner goes all out burst on him. He's just eating the stun. So you can't do anything while you're channeling it. So it'll be up to your partner. But yeah, it is a really strong talent. I've seen a lot of people use it, and they control one person while their group mates just pretty much nuke the target. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for Elemental Shaman. I hope you like this guide, and if you have any more questions or you think I left anything out, please leave a comment, and I'll see you for the next video.